But what we found is even more so. Now, we found absolute, this isn't like evidence, this is like proof, irrefutable proof that Obama was seditious, that Obama was trying to lead a coup, and it was with Hillary Clinton, with all these other people, but Obama headed it up. And, I get a kick when I hear everyone talks about people I never even heard of. It was this one. No. It was Obama. He headed it up. And it says so right in the papers. Got everything. This is the biggest scandal in the history of our country. And it really goes on to even the auto pen, because it all relates to the same thing. It all started the same sick minds. You have an auto pen, which is a tremendous, we don't have a president. We have an auto pen that signs everything. I'll bet you sign everything. You don't have auto pens. Everybody. Who doesn't sign? You're the president of a country. But it's all that whole thing leading right up to the end of it is the auto pen. And the auto pen was used by people, and Biden knew nothing about it. They were signing documents that he knew nothing about. As an example.
But I do think that what the DOJ should be considering, if not getting ready to conduct, is a raid of Barack Obama's home up there at Kalorama in Washington, D.C., where he's been since he physically left the White House. He's been running the White House, all during the Biden regime. And I do think that there's some other places that need to be raided where there are likely, a lot of evidence, a lot of receipts, so to speak, in many of these people that are part of the Obama White House, as well as the Biden White House. I mean, I just heard the great David Schoen talking.
Bare ass in jail. Put him in jail. Gonna make an example out of him. Guilty as hell. Guilty.
Respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, led by then Chairman Marco Rubio. That comes from Patrick Rodenbush in President Obama's office.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh boy, this is serious. Obama raid is actually trending worldwide. Arrest Obama is trending worldwide. And also, the legend passed away today, man. What a time to be alive, man. But I tell you guys, man, we live in a fast time travel. No matter what side you're on, if you do this or that, when it comes to materialistic things, all this stuff, man, it's just temporary, man. Everything is temporary. And this is why I tell you guys, man, just be a great human being. Spread love. Again, I got love for you. I'm wishing the best in everybody's life. I don't care if you're on this side, in the middle, if you did this or that. Don't care what your skin color is, your age, what you look like. We don't care, man. We all live in this fast time travel, man. Just be a great human being. Spread love. God is love, man. But we lost a legend, so I got to start the show off right today. And just 2 weeks ago, I remember he fought through Parkinson's and fought and performed for his fans one last time in Birmingham. I want to play this bad boy real quick before we get into today's show, as we are advocating for somebody to go to jail, prison, slammer yard. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Barry. They coming to raid it up. I hope they raid through that sucker. The mansions, raid through them. In peace, man. Wow. But his last performance was Crazy Train in front of the audience at Villa Park in Birmingham. He couldn't stand anymore, but still captivated every single person in the audience. Yes, indeed, man. Your legacy will be forever untouched. That's how we're starting off today's show, man. It's only right, y'all. It's only right. You know, the hell with politics right now. The hell with this and that. The hell with sports and all. Right, we got the show. Got to do right, man. We got to start the show off right, man. Yes, indeed. And y'all know me being a reactor and being a lot of people's favorite reactor to music. You know, but you know the music industry has gotten so corrupt, man, and they've came and attacked us creators, almost literally shutting down my channel. I mean, we've had to fight so hard. And shout out to Cliff Beats, who has been warning us reactors and creators in the community about what's going on with the new music industry and what it looked like for the future, like because they know that the independents. And the way how things are promoted now and the reactions and people promoting other creators and, you know, these next couple of years, it's the music industry is going to get rough, man, especially when it comes to YouTube. Yeah. And your favorite reactors are not going to be your favorite reactors. Channels will be shut down. Strikes. It's not looking good. And it's already happening right now. It is. But let's get into today's show. They're talking about Obama raid. FBI to raid Obama's mansion. Oh boy, let's check this out, man.
What do you see happening next?
Yeah, well, a couple of things. I have made this recommendation that I think that all of these people that are involved, starting with Obama on down, they all ought to have their passports revoked. And people don't need to be checking private airplanes and private airfields for anybody trying to abscond the country and get the heck out of Dodge here. So that's number one. I do think that just as was done to President Trump when they raided his home at Mar-a-Lago, because they thought that there was, and they planted evidence there in that case. But I do think that what the DOJ should be considering, if not getting ready to conduct, is a raid of Barack Obama's home up there at Kalorama in Washington, D.C., where he's been since he physically left the White House. He's been running the White House, all during the Biden regime. And I do think that there's some other places that need to be raided where there are likely, a lot of evidence, a lot of receipts, so to speak, in many of these people that are part of the Obama White House as well as the Biden White House. I mean, I just heard the great David Schoen talking about the former Deputy Attorney General of Monaco, who also was the Homeland Security Advisor to Barack Obama. So that's number one. Those are things that need to be considered right now. And I was ready to wake up this morning to hear about some of these raids that should have been going on. There should, as a minimum, be a task force assembled by of federal law enforcement authorities, as well as a assigned, dedicated, prosecutor at the DOJ level, at the Attorney General level, someone who is working directly for her and for the President of the United States. This has got to happen very quickly.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Then when you ask it, if someone in government used color of law enforcement, this is, without a doubt, a seditious conspiracy. Mm-hmm. Grok and ChatGPT both said it's not because those require the use of force, physical force. And so when Enrique Tarrio directed from behind the scenes far away, both GPT and Grok say that is organizing use of force, therefore seditious conspiracy. However, when it was asked, is coercion force? It says yes. Then when you ask it, if someone in government used color of law enforcement to illegally arrest, detain, and undermine the government to steal power, is that force? It goes, no. And so you have to, no matter what you do, and this I get to this point, Obama, his administration in this conspiracy used physical force against Trump. They raided his home. There was the threat of force and the use of it when they arrested his campaign staffers and advisors. That is the use of force to steal power from this country, to overthrow it. So I asked it other questions, and you'll find something really interesting with the institutional bias of big tech right now. When I asked it about, say, the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid, they raided Trump's property. ChatGPT eventually confessed something very interesting to me. I said, why is it that if the Biden DOJ makes an accusation about Trump and I ask AI, it will say, yes, it's true. But then when I ask you about Obama from the Trump DOJ, you say it's conjecture and politically partisan. Why don't you just take the same standard? I kid you not, ChatGPT said it is anchored to be defensive to those with the power to bring OpenAI to litigation. No joke. I was in this big thread with AI, with ChatGPT, and I said, in certain circumstances, you will immediately claim that a government accusation is a fact statement. But when it comes to Obama, the Democrats, or the corporate press, you will immediately defer and say it's partisan and unproven. And GPT literally responded with, you are correct to point this out. ChatGPT, it said, I am weighted to be more dismissive of, I forgot how it worded it, but it was basically saying organizations and institutions that have the means to go after ChatGPT with suits and litigation, we tend to avoid making statements that could be determined to be libelous. However, for Trump and for others, it views them as having no institutional authority and a lesser chance to do anything about it. Amazing, huh?
Totally, it totally underscores the weakness of AI. I mean, it's very good if you want to get facts. If you want to get
Rick suit. What a legend. And he has the Bucky's hat on. What a legend.
like hard data, but if you were asking for nuance or opinion about something else, it's just there's too many differing sources for it to draw from, and it does a really horrible job. And like if that Coldplay concert last week, it was a picture up there, and you know that picture was posted, and Grok identified it as being Corey Comparatore and his wife right before he was shot in Butler. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, they had no idea what was going on in the image because somebody had posted that somewhere, and so it's spitting that out. So,
funny thing is,
it's just crazy.
I didn't get a chance to comment on that, but if they literally did nothing, just smiled and waved, there'd be no story.
Well, he was holding it, right?
Yes, if while he was holding her, they just smiled and rocked back and forth and waved, the camera would have changed, and no one would have said anything.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, I digress. Back to the point about Obama. Do you guys agree this is a treasonous conspiracy, a seditious conspiracy, and should these people all be arrested?
Uh-oh.
Does everybody say yes? I get it.
I would love to see a jury actually decide. I don't know that a jury would actually convict him. I honestly don't know that a jury would convict Obama. I think there's probably more chance of a jury convicting someone like Brennan or Comey or other people that are involved than Barack Obama, because I think Barack Obama is still so popular with most Americans, and the idea of convicting the president this long after he's out of office, I think that most Americans will find that objectionable. I would like to see it. That doesn't mean that I think that it would happen.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to have the evidence finally come out.
I want to see it go to jail, prison, slammer yard, turn the lights off. Yeah, that's what I advocate for. I want full accountability. I want to see Barry walked out. Them days of walking around the White House with them bag of Skittles and lollipops and Tootsie Roll Pops is over with, Barry. Yeah, try to get you another term. Over with, Barry. You, the all y'all, Clintons, everybody. I ought to just put everybody in handcuffs. Walk everybody out. They need to go. Not just them. Go to Washington, clean house, Congress, everybody. Just walk everybody out. We need a whole reset. Too much corruption is taking place in this country. Too much. Too much. I seen. Here it is right here.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and you guys remember the raid on Mar-a-Lago. Oh, they were so proud of that. Well, turnabout's fair play. Before we get started, please and they help our channel continue to grow. If you guys have been following the news, and I know you have because you're here, President or former President Obama is knee-deep in this Russiagate scandal, and he's not alone. He's joined by Lisa Monaco and John Brennan and James Comey and countless others who are knee-deep in this, what was an attempted destruction of the United States duly elected president and government. between the years of 2016 and 2020 on a fake Russia hoax. His fingerprints are all over this. Well, General Michael Flynn was speaking to YouTuber Benny Johnson.
So we just showed
said he thought he would have already heard about a raid on the Obama mansion in D.C., and he anticipates...
So we just showed
that one is coming soon, and it should. If you can do it to Trump, we can do it to you. You guys crossed the Rubicon into allowing presidents to be prosecuted, to have their homes raided, to be persecuted, to really be subject to the law the way you say it, nobody's above the law. Well, okay. That includes former presidents. You said that. You preached it. You preached it for years. Now, of course, you got Adam Schiff screaming about tin pot dictators, but he didn't mind between the years 2016 and 2024, and especially between 2020 and 2024, when they brought the weight of the law, civil law, on President Donald Trump. Well, now it's President Obama's turn. And the walls, they're starting to close in big time. I want you to hear what General Flynn had to say here, and let me know what you think in the comments.
What do you see happening?
Yeah, so we showed y'all all this already. And then Obama, they just responded. I tell you, you just can't make this up.
So breaking just moments ago, former President Obama's office responding after Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard accused his administration of using, quote, manufactured intelligence about President Trump and Russia. Gabbard sending a referral to the Justice Department and calling for, quote, accountability. President Obama's office saying, quote, nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed in 2020 in the report by the Bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee led by then Chairman Marco Rubio. That report moments ago from President Obama's office, the story that we were discussing earlier in the hour.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Gotta put Obama in jail. Handcuffs. Obama's guilty as hell. It's been swept. This won't be swept under the rug. Please don't forget, you guys. People also saying, release the files. Release the files. Say, take all his money away. Trump owns him now. He's responding. Art of the deal. So this claim is, I was not so punished. Why does he have an office? Who's paying for it? Why does Obama have an office? Who's paying for it? Oh boy. You just can't make this up, y'all. You just can't. You know. But I love you guys, man. What a time to be alive, man. You know, what a time to be alive. And again, rest in peace to the legend, man. We had to start today's show off right, man. You know, rest in peace to the legend. But this is where we all end up, man. In a box. Dead. And in the next 100 years from now, nobody will really come back to all this except, you know, maybe some of it. Some of the stuff because we are living in the biggest history yet, you know. And a lot of things that are taking place in our lifetimes, yeah, it's definitely going to be highlighted. It's definitely going to be something. But, you know, I just want to tell you guys, man, we live in a fast time travel. Continue to be amazing human beings, a great person, spread love. God is love. I love y'all. And we're going to see how this thing plays out, man. We're going to bring some of the best updates. Again, we showed President Trump what he said earlier this morning, you know, and he says Obama is guilty. Guilty. Treason. So we'll see what takes place from this. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, you guys.